Argent Facility Destroyed is going to be the first level in this, in this speed run where your route may start to deviate a little bit from other runners. Up until this point, everything else that we've done has been pretty much consistent. You're going to want to do Super Shotgun at, the beginning of Cattinger. You're going to want to, grab, upgrade Lock on Burst at the beginning of Tower. You're going to want to do these things pretty consistently because of just where enemies are placed and how quickly you want certain things upgraded. Now things are going to be done a little bit differently per runner. So be prepared to adapt and change the route to suit your specific needs based on what you want to do, your specific playstyle, so on and so forth. I'm just going to show you my method of doing everything from here on out. To start, I'm going to grab the Codex, run over here. You're going to do a Gauss jump to get up there, so just a vertical Gauss jump. That didn't work, hold on. Okay, that was... We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, I don't know why I'm having... There we go. Alright, once you're up here, which is where we're supposed to end up, we're aiming to get our head bonked onto that bit of ceiling right there. That's gonna hit a trigger line for a checkpoint. If you actually manage to get up here first try, like I did not, you will do this, you'll save a little bit of time here. Only a couple seconds, but it's nice to kind of get that checkpoint triggered right up there. The way that this is, I've found easiest to do, I stole a page from Dylon57. The way he does this is he runs off of this little platform that we're standing on. You're going to space and then scroll jump. Space, scroll. Once you see that little checkpoint trigger up in the corner, reload checkpoint. Now, as soon as you load back in, you're going to start moving to the left right away, right over here. Now, we're going to do a paperclip. This little corner right here, we're going to jump into that corner. Almost. There we go. So, if you don't bounce, if you kind of just like jump up and you hit the wall and you kind of stop moving at some point, that means you've actually clipped in. We're already clipped into the wall at this point, weirdly enough. It's actually very easy to clip on this little bit of pillar from this side. Hold your walk button and start to... Woo, I just totally fell out of it. Hold on. There we go. Yep, hold your walk button and just start wiggling. And this is a very easy paperclip to do. I have not found this one to be particularly difficult for myself personally. You are going to want to make sure that you get inside because there are some weird little invisible walls in here. Yeah, Gauss Cannon and do a Gauss jump to get into the classic level. Hit that secret trigger and then load your checkpoint. Now, based on what you used last level, there's fuel, there's ammo. If you need both, grab them. I need fuel. I'm going to grab it. Then from here, we're aiming for this little bit of beam right here. Very, very easy jump. And then start traversing from inbounds. Now, once you get to here, you have a couple of options. If you want to play things safely, you can just kind of run to the edge of the platform and drop down. If you have testicles made of steel, you can get to here and do a Gauss jump, which will save you a little bit of time, and you'll land right about here. Run in here, you'll trigger a checkpoint, which is why you can't just load checkpoint to get back up top, so you have to grab the Codex and run back out. You cannot get up here just by jumping, unfortunately. It's very, very sad. You maybe could do it with micro missiles, but it's just a little bit easier to do with Gauss jumps. Now, we have to get across to that platform right there. This is a very, very tough jump to make. If you fail it, not a big deal. You're going to spawn right back inside that room. Just run back out and get yourself back up here. Not a big deal. But getting across this gap is sometimes very hard to do. So you're going to need to do the biggest Gauss jump of your life. Yeah, see, and I almost barely made it. If partway through the jump you find that you are going to fall and not make it to this rail, you can keep holding forward, but then aim straight down and do another Gauss jump. That'll give you just a little bit more height that you can maybe make that gap. But you'll need to still get a pretty good jump to get across in the first place. Interact with the rune trial. And this rune trial is, you know, not very difficult to do as long as you grab some armor very, very early on. If you don't grab the armor, you are playing with fire. Now, the first 2 zombies spawn locations are always consistent. Every other enemy from that point forward is random. So you got a Hell Knight, a Pinky, and then just a bunch of soldiers and imps to deal with. But yeah, the other enemies after the first 2 zombies they have random spawn locations. If you're lucky, they'll spawn right there for you, but you know, random is random. All right, so at this point, you have 9 weapon upgrade points. I get Tac Scope here. Tac Scope, you need 50 headshots on enemies to upgrade it. It does take a little while. Best to get it here. You're gonna get a Revenant spawning right there. Go for any double trouble ticks that you still need. Okay, and you also need Skeet Shoot, which is a challenge where you kill a Revenant in midair. With the DKSMS, that's extremely easy to do. So I usually will use that one if he plays nice within the first few seconds, but he will sometimes not play nice in the first few seconds. If he decides to be a pain, just kill him and move on. There's other Revenants in the level, and he will sometimes not play super nice because this thing right here, if he's standing underneath it, okay, I got stuck. That was weird. If he's standing underneath this thing, his AI is kind of designed in such a way where he won't want to go airborne because he's got something blocking him. So he'll kind of like wander around here, and even if he's like standing here where there's nothing directly above him, something is still in his airspace, so he doesn't want to play nice there. So just be aware of that. Grab the ammo box. By the way, killing the Revenant triggers a checkpoint here, just in case you need to know that for any reason. Now, if you did not if you didn't dupe the second cell in Argent facility, like if you only duped the one to get ammo and then your second ammo pickup, or your second pickup was another ammo pickup, this is where the other cell is. You would just come up here, jump onto this rock, and then just do a jump over here to get that. Since I duped that one, I am skipping it, and I'm going straight across to here. Now, if you have any double triple ticks that you still need, which you probably will, go for them. They are... ouch. Okay. Sometimes you'll be able to get this this imp before he becomes a massive problem for you. So when you pull this Gore Nest, I'm gonna pull the Gore Nest. I'm gonna grab the Codex while I'm waiting for these guys to spawn in. You're gonna get a Revenant and a Hell Knight. They will spawn in like at different times. Their locations are always fixed. The Hell Knight's always here. The Revenant's always there. Which order they spawn in and exactly how long it takes them seems to be randomized. It doesn't. There's no consistency to it. Once they're dead, you're gonna get a Cacodemon spawning usually over here. Sometimes they'll spawn over here, but usually over here. Once the Cacodemon's dead, 2 more Cacodemons will spawn in. Once those Cacodemons are dead, you're gonna get a Mancubus over here and a Revenant over here. During that whole sequence, you're also gonna get a couple imps running around as well. Everything should go down pretty quickly with the DKSMS. Just, you know, plan out your route as best you can. And if you need Skeet Shoot on this guy, he's got nothing above him, so he will usually jump up airborne like that. 1 Cacodemon. Where did that guy go? There he is. I'm gonna get a Mancubus and a Revenant. And you're gonna get another imp, usually. And ammo boost is done. Wonderful. Yeah, this particular level that I'm doing right now is on a different save file from Cadinger, so the upgrade variance might be a little bit different. It might not have been at, you know, whatever it was before I got into AFD. So yeah, that's why there might be a little bit of variance there, just as a warning. Grab the haste, and then grab a key card. From here, you're going to trigger the door, jump up, get the secrets, and then jump back down.
I am the head of this corporation.
Now, go ahead and grab this door. And be mindful that your haste is going to kill some of these dudes. So if you can, try to be away from them when your haste expires. That way you can kind of finish getting everything else from these guys. Headshots, double trouble ticks, all that. You're gonna get a Hellraiser here, a Pinky here. Go ahead and get rid of the Pinky first. Now, once that Pinky's dead, you're gonna get a few Hell Knights, and then a Baron of Hell is gonna spawn over there. While you're waiting for these guys to spawn in, you can actually go for a couple of headshots on these guys. Oh yeah, you'll get a random assortment of soldiers too. They'll spawn in at random. Getting headshots on those guys is not always the easiest thing from this far away. There's also fuel here, so you can restock if you need to. And we're gonna saw this dude open just to get him out of the way. You got fuel here to grab if you need it. Now, the way you're supposed to get up there is you're supposed to push a button on the panel. This is supposed to lift up and stop right about here, and then you can jump onto that, jump onto there, and then run around to that drone. Or you can jump onto this railing, get about yay on the railing, and do a ghost jump. Easy peasy. Now, this is the second time that you're going to do an animation cancel on this drone. So in case maybe you're a little bit confused about how the animation cancel works, or you're having trouble with it, I'm going to drop a holo and then interact with the drone while the holo animation's happening. The input timing is important here. If you need help with that, just look at my inputs in the corner to see what I mean. Right? It is very, very instantaneous. So that's why that's why it may be a little bit difficult for some people, because you might be spreading the gap between your inputs a little bit too much. Go ahead and grab Stun Bomb, since that's, I mean, it's kind of the logical next one to grab. And then exit. Jump here, because if you try to do this forward, you can sometimes rail boost off of this rail. I'm not doing it now, but I've accidentally boosted off this rail before and into yon oblivion. So jump on it to it sideways, and then you can jump down here. If you still need double trouble, you got some freebies here for that. I need tac scope ticks, so I'm going for tac scope ticks. And you got a Revenant that will spawn in from midair and then jump onto the platform from here. You can grab more ammo here if you need it for ammo boost. Now, for close encounters, you need to saw 5 demons open. I've already got that, so I'm not even going to bother with sawing these guys. I'm just going to go for headshots. You're also going to get a Revenant, a Hell Knight, and then another Revenant. Where the Hell Knight, Revenant, and the Hell Knight and the 2 Revenants spawn in is random. They'll always spawn in that order. Revenant, Hell Knight, Revenant. They'll always spawn in as a trigger from each other's deaths. So once the Revenant dies, the Hell Knight will spawn in. That is always going to be consistent. The exact location of each one is going to be random in the whole arena. So don't get too hung up on where they spawned in just now. Keep your eyes open, swivel, and see where they're in, and then be ready to kill them as soon as they come out. I'm just going to keep getting a few more headshots because they're free at this point. Fuel if you need it. Now this is where the level is going to take a little bit of a detour from normal. If you really want to, you can come over here. There's a Hell Knight and a couple of Hellraisers that spawn in. I know Bite likes to do it this way. I've timed it. It's actually slower to do it this way. So If you want to copy his route, go for it. I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but if you come in here, you deal with the Hell Knights, then there's a way you could drop down to the lower platform down that side. You actually exit that. Sorry, you enter and exit that platform through this little opening right here. And then there's just like this little walkway down there. It's where you actually get one of the tokens in Argent facility the first time you visit it. A couple of cacodemons will spawn in, as well as a few imps. I have timed it. It's slower to go through all that. It's easier to use the Berserk and the Summoner in this arena, so I recommend doing it that way. This is the one summoner in the level that, or sorry, in the whole game that behaves a little bit differently than all other summoners. This summoner will spawn in demons infinitely until you kill her. So as long as you don't kill that Revenant, she will spawn stuff in forever. We're going to use that to our advantage to get the combat rating that we need. So once you drop down, you're going to spawn in 2 cacodemons. If you're lucky, you'll be able to get both of them with one shot. Once the cacodemons are dead, the summoner's going to spawn in. She's going to get to about here, and then she's going to pick a random spot to go to, and that's going to be her spawn location. There seems to be a way to manipulate her AI. We still don't completely understand how it works yet. So don't worry too much about trying to influence where she ends up. As long as she ends up somewhere around here, you'll be fine. She sometimes will go over here, which is a pain in the butt. She'll also sometimes go to like one of these, behind these boxes down here. That's also a pain in the butt. If she stays out here in the open, you're fine. But don't worry too much about trying to manipulate her. Drop down. You're gonna get a cacodemon and a second cacodemon. And if we're lucky, we will get both. Summoner comes in. She's gonna end up right about here. Oh, nice! She went right to the good spot. All right, once the summoner is out of the way, she's now gonna start spawning in Hellraisers and Hell Knights. You need to hit a certain number of enemies for the Hellraisers and Hell Knights to start spawning in consistently. They'll actually stop spawning in if there's still a bunch of imps and other trash running around. So try to kill stuff off as it spawns in. Once you see Hellraisers and Hell Knights spawning in just by themselves, that's when you know you're in the right spot and you can start moving toward the Berserk. You're also going to want to equip Seek and Destroy and Savagery so that you can start farming ticks on Seek and Destroy, but also you can get those guys cleared out way faster. So I'm going to throw these both on. I'm going to leave ammo boost on just for the sake of maybe I can collect some ammo while I'm doing this fight. Yeah, that zombie, by the way, will not die for whatever reason via Berserk. You cannot do it. Okay, so that imp was holding up the process. Now you're gonna get a Hellraiser, a Hell Knight, Hellraiser, Hell Knight, Hellraiser, Hell Knight, Hellraiser, Hell Knight. Be very careful that you do not hit the summoner. And once we have a little bit more. All right, we have enough. I'm gonna let that Hell Knight spawn in for safety. Take out the summoner. Once that's dead, you're gonna get a Revenant, another Revenant, and then you're gonna get 2 Engineers and a Mancubus spawn in here, as well as a random imp that will, for whatever reason, decide to run around and cause problems. So that combat rating is actually really good. That is actually more than you really need. So if you have something like 3/4, or maybe even a little bit less of that 4th point, then you are plenty fine. Now you're gonna grab in-flight mobility. This is air control and Doom Eternal. This is an easy rune trial. It's easy to the point where it's basically brain dead to do. You're just gonna run and grab the relics. And as long as you're just holding W the whole time, everything should be okay. The timer, by the way, for this rune trial is on a very weird cycle, so you don't want to end up on the back half of a countdown. As in, like, you don't want to be grabbing a relic at, 6.4 seconds, because then you will get a shorter time frame on the pickup. Like you'll gain less time, but if you grab it at 6.5 or 6.6 seconds, you'll actually get more time pickup. It's a very weird way that the timer cycles, but yeah, it rounds to whatever the nearest integer is and then add your time from there. It's very, very strange. From here, you're going to do a very, what looks like a very scary jump, but it's actually very easy to do. I'm going to run just a little bit to the forward left. I'm going to look for a little divot in the rocks. I'm going to jump down, and I'm going to land on the platform with the mega health down below. Right here. Jump, and boom. I'm going to grab the mega health, and I'm going to swap out one of my runes for in-flight mobility. Bite likes to do this now in Lazarus Labs. Because he can get it done in the last room in Lazarus Labs pretty easily. I prefer to just do it here so it's done and out of the way. And it doesn't really take any extra time to get it upgraded here. I'm going to go ahead and swap out Savagery. Seek and Destroy I'm going to leave on because we still need 53 more glory kills in order to finish upgrading this. Savagery, you need much less. So I'm going to swap out Savagery for in-flight mobility. In-flight mobility is the bottom one. Don't make the mistake of equipping armor defensive. I've done that before. Run in. You just have to go for your head into that hole, and you can, get the secret and then immediately step back out. Now, there's a way to do this jump where you will actually be able to get yourself onto the correct platform. I'll see if I can try and do it. Yep, just like that. It's a little bit of a tricky jump. You don't have to do it that way. I just kind of did it for demonstration purposes. What I will usually do is boost up to this platform and then do a Gauss jump over. It's only another second or two longer, and if you miss that initial jump, in the cool method, then you end up having to do more platforming, and that'll cost you time. Now we're gonna meet the Pinky, even though we've already met him and have fought him a bunch of times. Now we're gonna meet him for real. You throw a stun bomb at him to get him to stay put, and then get right behind him and shoot him right in the butt. Oh yeah, so for in-flight mobility, in order to upgrade this, you need to shoot the demons, and then you need to be airborne when the demon dies. So, because it says, kill 30 demons while in midair. That means you need to be midair, not the demons. So what I usually do is I'll throw a rocket and then jump right before it impacts, so that way I'm airborne when it explodes and kills the demon. It's a very easy rune trial to do. You just got to remember to keep yourself airborne. Cool. Hit the panel. Then from here you can do a Gauss jump. If you don't get stuck on the trash can, you do a Gauss jump to get the auto map, and then do another one to get the chain gun. Grab the codex, and open the airlock. Drop a hollow here to distract this guy, and now you can grab the quad. And pretty much for this, all you have to do is just throw rockets and jump. It's a very easy arena to do. You're gonna be a pain, aren't you? Something's still alive. Cool. Once you get checkpoints, go ahead and grab the ammo, just so you have it done. You'll also notice I'm at 20 out of 30 on in-flight mobility. I'll have it done probably before the end of the level. As soon as you run over to this thrust pad, have the Gauss cannon out. As soon as you're airborne, fire and hold backward. And you'll grab the rail. Real easy. It's a nice little shortcut you can take advantage of. Cool. So I got in-flight mobility done. So I'm going to go ahead and swap that back out for Savagery. The only things you really need to worry about upgrading right now are these two. Equipment power, like I said in the Argent Energy Tower, if I didn't say it there. We'll get this done all in one go a little bit later in the run. Same thing with Armor Defensive. We'll actually get that done in the very last level. It's a very, very easy grab in the last level. So the only things you really shouldn't have finished yet are these two. If you do, then you've been farming them. But yeah, you really don't need to worry about your runes too much yet at this stage. It's these two runes that are going to be a pain in the butt in the next level. Once enough demons are dead, you're going to get this door opening. You're going to get two pinkies. And I will usually just throw a couple of rockets and then a Gauss cannon siege mode shot, and that'll take everything out. Sometimes, you know, they'll ignore it, and you'll have to do a little bit more. You got more ammo here. You should have combat rating finished at this point. If you don't, you should be very, 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 very close, and you'll finish it off in this last arena here. You got double trouble ticks here. You got headshot ticks here. Whatever you need, take advantage of. I specifically want headshots, so I'm going for headshots. Nice shot. Ooh. All right, 41 out of 50, not bad for one level. Once everything's dead, head through the door, and you are off to the Advanced Research Complex. And that is Argent Facility Destroyed. As always, if you have any questions, we got a Discord. You can come in, ask whatever questions you have there. We got plenty of people that are more than willing to help out. You can also jump into my chat. I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/dangerous. If you have any questions, feel free to jump into chat and ask. I am happy to help new runners learn the run. So come on in and ask away. And yeah, I will see you all in the Advanced Research Complex.